248, and Frank Chapard from France. As the drivers are released, they flood underneath the commentary position. There is the grid. It's Brown, Nutley and Leon on the front row. Butterfield and Charpentier on row number 2. Then Brett Ward and Jonathan Brown on row number 3. Mark Kimber and Frank Chapard on row 4. Then the second of the Spaniards on row number 5, number 228, and that is Manuel Galofre. Alejandro Lajo Lopez alongside Manuel on row number 5, and then Valentin Aguillon and Louis Westover on row 6. Belen Garcia. Now Belen in kart number 220, the only young lady in the field, the only young lady racing here this weekend. That's number 220 for the NM Racing Team, Nia Montserrat, well-known Spanish driver in both sports cars and single-seaters. Then it's Carlos Dembilo, and on row number 8, Tom Croydon, the Welshman from Swansea, and Max Barnett in kart number 252. Max currently residing in Norwich in the eastern part of England, but originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Behind Max on row number 9, Matthew Luton and Patrick Kibble. Then Samuel White and Jack Johns, Jack Deakin and Henry Laws round out the field. Although Laws, he had an exclusion from qualifying yesterday. He was very quick. So watch for number 242, Henry Laws, to be coming through the pack. There on the screen is the number 247, Axel Charpentier. And now Jordan Brown Nutley, who won at this track 1 weekend ago at another event. He will be bringing the field into formation. 22 drivers, 10 laps. And they come into turn number 13. Brown, Nutley and Carlos Leon. Will we have a good formation? Will the speed be up to scratch? 10 laps, lights are green, we're off and racing. Hold your breath as 22 senior X30 drivers now try to snake their way through turn number 1, 3 wide in the middle of the pack. It's a good start though from the poleman, Brown Nutley. Slotting into second place is Jensen Butterfield in kart number 255, that green and white Tony kart. Out of the commentary box window, I can see that everybody has got through turn 2 cleanly. Battle as for third place as Carlos Leon tries to fight off Brett Ward. In fact, that's for fourth place, because not only has Butterfield got ahead of the outside poleman, but I think that may be Mark Kimber or Axel Charpentier up into P3. We'll check that as they come through. But it is Jordan Brown Nutley leading and trying to pull away from Jensen Butterfield, the senior debutante. He was a mini driver last year, but he's gone straight into seniors. He's in there in the Strawberry Racing number 255 now into the 13th and final chicane at the end of lap number 1. It is Charpentier third, then Brett Ward. No, it's Carlos Leon in fourth. Up in the fifth has gone number 248, Mark Kimber, that green and white Tony kart chassis, and he's in front of the number 202 MLC Motorsport kart of Brett Ward. They go through turn number 5 into turn number 6. Watch as Butterfield now try to slot into the race leader Brown Nutley slipstream as they build the speed up to over 70 miles an hour. Down towards turn number 9, hard on the brakes as Kimber slots underneath Axel Charpentier. They're good friends, those two drivers. They've known each other well, raced against each other for a long time. They'll know how to work against one another, work with one another for the common good. And all 22 drivers still running. Down at the back of the pack, Henry Laws still there in 22nd place in the number 242 kart. We'll watch for him to make some progress. But Jensen Butterfield has now caught Jordan Brown Nutley. Carlos Leon in third place. Then it is Kimber and Ward. Charpentier in the top 6 as well. Then it's Alejandro Lajo Lopez and Frank Chapard, 7th and 8th. The number 215 kart of Jonathan Brown is 9th, followed by the number 228. And in the number 228 kart, that is Manuel Galofre. But up at the front, still the pole sitter, Jordan Brown Nutley leads. through turn number 10. This is lap 3. Oh, and one driver off at the side of the circuit there. See him, Marshall running towards him out of the commentary box window. That is, try and get a number check next time by, but that could have been Patrick Kibble in the number 214 kart, the Metro Group driver, as a change for the lead. Jenson Butterfield slots out from behind the slipstream of Jordan Brown Nutley, going through turn number 1, takes over the lead of the race. So it's the Strawberry Racing number 255 Butterfield who leads, but only temporarily, because Brown Nutley straight back up the inside. Carlos Leon wasting no time in taking advantage of the fact that Butterfield was offline, and moves into P number 2. And that is the problem that you have, that if you get shuffled offline, well, Carlos Leon is going to try and do to Jordan Brown Nutley now what Brown Nutley did to Butterfield just a couple of corners ago, and that is just get to the inside and ease Brown Nutley off the racing line onto the marbles. And the marbles are the little bits of rubber that get thrown off the tyres. You can see it just to the side of the circuit. And oh, that was a move there from Brown Nutley, fighting back. That was late on the brakes going into turn number 13, and now Butterfield takes advantage. Well, so much for a nice calm start to this one. Carlos Leon has been shuffled all the way back to 7th or 8th place, and that was because coming through turn number 12, and that is the end of the longest straight, that is flat out at 70 miles an hour. It's not a place you normally overtake, and Jordan Brown Nutley just sent one up the inside of Carlos Leon, and Leon then was offline, was on the dirty part of the track, and it allows Jenson Butterfield in kart number 255, don't forget, in his first race as a senior, to take over top spot into turn number 9. Lead group, 8, 9 drivers big. 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 8 drivers. And a battle behind is the red speed kart number 2, 3, 4. Frank Chapard makes a move on Carlos Leon there. Jonathan Brown is next in line. Then it is Manuel Galofre, and Brett Waters slipped right back to 10th in kart number 202. Didn't see what happened to Brett. Louis Westover is next. Then Valentin Aguillon, Carlos Dembillo, Henry Laws up to 14th now. And a change once again. Now it's Jordan Brown Nutley back in front in that number 244 kart, the Dan Holland Racing Machine. He's got the 2 Strawberry Racing green and white Tony karts behind him. Kimber, and then Butterfield, and then the much taller figure of Axel Charpentier is next, and behind Charpentier, actually that is Lahore Lopez in number 233 in 4th place. As another change to lead, now Kimber, last year's Junior Rotax World Champion, moves into the race lead, lap 6 out of 10. Kimber from Butterfield, Brown Nutley in 3rd. Charpentier, Carlos Leon, and the number 233 of Alejandro Lahore Lopez is next. There's the rest of the pack filing through your shot there. Change once again. Now it's Butterfield's turn to just ease to the inside. Kimber taking the racing line, and of course that allows Butterfield to just slide at the inside of him. Brown Nutley takes advantage, and Kimber goes from 1st to 3rd in the blink of an eye. The number 247 kart, that's the EKR kart of Charpentier, is there in 5th position. Carlos Leon setting the fastest lap of the race, now slots into 5th. He's at the back of this lead group, currently going into turn number 9 as a change. The 2 Strawberry Racing Tony karts there getting split by Jordan Brown Nutley. And looking back, the first 13 drivers coming into your shot now. Well, that's your top 13 pretty much, all in one big 2-stroke powered multicoloured snake in the same shot, all the way back to the number 253 kart of Valentin Aguillon and the number 224 of Carlos Dembillo. Lap number 8 now. Brown Nutley will have to start thinking about defending from Butterfield. The danger man is Carlos Leon, fastest lap of the race, and he's moved into P3. He's past Charpentier, he's past Kimber, he's past Lahore Lopez, and there goes Leon. Well, he'll want to try and get back to Brown Nutley, because the move that Brown Nutley pulled on him was clean as a whistle, but it wouldn't have pleased Carlos Leon, because, well, would it please you if somebody shoved their go-kart at the inside of you at 70 miles an hour just as you were about to turn a corner? No, it wasn't. But that is what makes these drivers so good, because they can judge to an inch or a millimetre when to make a move. There goes your top 13 through turn number 13, in fact. Brett Ward in 9th place, holding off the number 241 kart, the Cosmic kart of Louis Westover. But it's still Brown Nutley who leads. Leon has got to try and get past the number 255 kart of Jensen Butterfield. Does he do it under braking for turn number 3? Not this time. Out of turn 3, now into turn number 4. This is where Brown Nutley really needs to hug the inside line, because if he gets shuffled wide, and this is the problem that Brown Nutley has, because if Jensen Butterfield gets a nose up the inside of Brown Nutley will be forced offline. He won't just lose one place, he'll lose 2 or 3, and that's where you see now Brown Nutley beginning to defend. He starts to defend. Leon takes advantage of the fact that that Butterfield was trapped on the outside. He moves into P2. Now, will Carlos Leon return the favour at the end of the back straight? They come on to the back straight. No, Leon's not close enough. Butterfield right behind him. Into turn number 13. The top 3 stay single file. Across the line. Into turn number 1, it's Brown Nutley, Leon and Butterfield. Behind them, the 4th place battle. Somebody running wide there in P number 4. Charpentier briefly had it as we begin the final lap. Kimber now is in 4th place. And look at Frank Chapard. Frank Chapard in kart number 234. He makes a move and he gets quickly muscled back. This is a great scrap for 4th place, but it's allowing the top 3 to break clear. There's Lahore Lopez in kart 233 scrambling around. Kimber holding on to 4th. The 3 leaders are coming through turn number 10, and it is still Brown Nutley at the head of that group. Leon has slipped back behind Butterfield. The leaders are on the back straight. Into turn number 12 we go. Brown Nutley from Butterfield. Who's latest on the brakes? Can Carlos Leon, who's going to get a great run out of turn number 13. Watch number 223. He sweeps to the inside, but Brown Nutley holds on by a whisker, by 1/10 of a second from Jensen Butterfield in the number 255 kart. Carlos Leon finishes in 3rd position, almost on equal time, and Mark Kimber just about holds on to 4th place, although it was very, very close. Axel Charpentier rounds out the top 5. Then a great drive from Frank Chapard to finish 6th. Jonathan Brown, didn't mention Jonathan Brown too much, but he did a good job of coming home in 7th place there. Then it was Alejandro Lajo Lopez in kart number 233 finishing in 8th place. Brett Ward takes 9th, and Louis Westover, another junior graduate making his senior debut, he rounds out the top 10 ahead of Carlos Dembilo in 11th place. Then Valentin Aguillon in 12th. Manuel Galofre Torner in 13th, and Belen Garcia, 14th place for the only lady in the field. Then Shane White in 15th. Henry Laws made his way up to 16th position. 17th for Max Barn at the Anglo.